This week, Dave is back on Mother Erie for another whack at some small jaw, but the weather has other plans. So Dave will have to get his fish in the boat quick.
Oh, yo! Whew! I was gonna let him go anyways, right? I mean...
Well, that's not a good start. In a land like no other. On a lake like you've never seen. Well, maybe you've seen lakes like this. But there is an angler so great, he once set the hook so hard he turned a smallmouth into a largemouth. He can unscramble an egg. He made his first cast at the age of 3 and it landed yesterday. We join him to chronicle one day on one lake. This is Facts of Fishing, the show. Here we go. Welcome to Facts of Fishing, the show. Brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Yamaha, Conquer Water. Phoenix Bass Boats. Experience the Phoenix difference. Live Target, lifelike lures. Action Car and Truck Accessories, the right customer experience. And Jackal, eat, sleep, Jackal.
Man, it feels good to be home. I mean, you know, the whole irony about the fishing industry is you work real hard to get somewhere in the fishing industry, and then the hardest thing to do is actually go fishing. But I am home. First trip out on Lake Erie of the year, and this feeling never gets old. You know, the number one rule of fishing is fish where the fish are. I mean, it seems pretty simple, but a lot of us spend a lot of time not doing that. And I mean, a trip like this is a prime example of the kind of day that it's tough to fish where the fish are, because I mean, I just want to start fishing. I haven't been out here all year, but I always spend a lot of time with my eyes under the water. Find the fish before you actually stop to fish the fish. Seat time pays off in big dividends. Bait fish right there. Oh, it's a fish. Smoked it right where we marked them. As soon as that bait came across there. Oh, it feels like a good one too. Easy, dude. The strength of these fish is absolutely crazy. Oh, dang. Look at this dude right here. That's the way to start your day. Oh, man, what a freak. Smoke that little rhythm wave. That is a chunk. Whew. Get him back in the water. There's fish. Come here, dude. Where are you at? You're staying down. Oh yeah, it's another tanker. Another big smallmouth. Oh, yo. Whew. I was gonna let him go anyways, right? I mean, that, my friends, is an LDR. A long distance release. How cool is that? You see that fish swimming right down. That's the whole streak of that fish going right back down to the bottom. But as long as they munch, I'll take it.
This segment is brought to you by ARE Truck Caps. ARE, outfit for life.
One of the major keys with this technique is bottom contact, and I'll always use as heavy a weight as I can get away with. I mean, I want to know that my bait's down there and I want to get it down there quickly. And on a day like today, I mean, I could be using a much lighter bait, but I'm actually still throwing a 3/4 ounce because that bait pounds along that sand, boom, 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 the whole way back. It's making a lot of disturbance down there, and I know my bait is down on the bottom the whole time. The whole thing with these fish out here is, you know, that story you used to hear about people used to always say stuff about smallmouth. Oh, here today, gone tomorrow. And generally in the past, when they were feeding on alewives and stuff like that, they were very much like that. I mean, they were pretty much a pelagic fish. But nowadays with gobies, these fish don't move. You find an area that has the fish, a shoal, a hump, an area that's holding those fish. It just becomes a process of finding out where they are that particular day. I mean, these fish move around from current, they move around from wave direction, water clarity, they move for a lot of different reasons. And the key is just finding out where they are that particular day. Don't get stuck thinking, I was fishing here yesterday, they're gonna be loaded here. I wish it was like that. Oh, I just missed one. Come on, come on, come on back. Sometimes it's not even day to day. Sometimes it's hour to hour. As the conditions on that body of water change, always adjust with them. See what just happened there, and I've said it about 7,000 times over the years. Oh, there's a fish. I always say to drop your bait down to them. You know, if you miss a fish, leave that bait in the area. And this dude right here is proving us I actually made sense today. That's right, today's the day where I make sense. If I had to crank that bait back, that bait would be back in the boat and that fish would still be out there scratching its head. Oh, look at that wallowing beast. That fish would be out there scratching his head, wondering what in the heck happened to that thing I just tried to eat. Before I was interrupted by this fish, what I was saying is we give fish too much credit. I mean, basically we think they know you missed them. Well, you didn't miss them, or it doesn't know that you missed them. It basically figures it missed. And what I mean by that is you pull this bait back to the boat and this dude's still searching for what it tried to eat. If you leave that bait down there, this is the result right here. Oh, he's gonna go. He's gonna go, just needs to get his wits about him. That's the whole thing with these fish, you know. You hear a lot of people talking about fizzing fish and that sort of thing. Really, the only reason you need to fizz a fish is if you keep that fish. Those fish will be strong enough to kick their way down. They just need that first initial, 5 feet. Takes them a second to get, their wits about them, and they kick their way back down. So if you're not putting fish in your live well, you don't have to worry about fizzing. There's fish. I don't think this is that big. But sometimes they have a way of messing with you. But when you feel those head shakes like that, either he's so funny or he's not that big. He's getting bigger. Another sexy smallmouth. Look at that dude right there. Gotcha. Just a pretty standard Lake Erie chunk, and that's how you want them hooked. Right there, look at the beak on that dude. You get them there, and they ain't never coming off. Chunk, not a giant, but I'll tell you what, I will take it. Let him go. Fish. Spot lock. Man, it has changed the game out here. Just being able to, as soon as you hook a fish, I mean, you can see with the wind we're dealing with here. Oh, it's a giant. It is a freak. Another freak. But as you can see, without spot lock, I mean, you fight a fish and you'd be drifted miles away from where you hooked that. Ooh, stay down. But now you can just simply spot lock yourself into that area and you know you're in the exact spot where you hooked that fish. Another tank. Oh, Mother Erie is opening her bounty and opening it in a big, big way here today. See ya. Fish. Oh. Come here, dude. Man, you get on them. And this is a prime example of why spot lock has become such a critical tool. You get on them and you stay on them. You don't have to chase them. Oh, that's another good one. Oh, man. Look at that little dude. I thought he was bigger than that. But I'll take him.
Well, the weather has changed, and with scattered success, Dave decides to call in reinforcements. He had to make a smart move eventually.
What up, Castellano? Hello? Hello? Huspik? Hello? I can hear you now. Where are you? I'm on my way. What are you catching them on? I'm a man in need. I'm not a proud man. Okay, I'm on my way. Gotta go. Bye. See, you should have been shooting all that. Where were you? Oh, you were there. What's happening?
This is Paul.
Hey, Paul, how are you? I mean, when we edit this together, you'll never even know we talked. Hey, what weight do you got on those little baits? Okay, can you answer the question? Why does it always got to be a riddle? I'm not a proud man. See you later, Dad. All right. Okay. All right. No, you don't have to leave us alone. We're good to hang with you and be humiliated with your little baby baits. Looking for some wimpy baits. He's in fine form today, that Castellano. I wonder if he gets bigger tips when he humiliates TV personalities. After this airs, Castellano's not going to have a free day for the rest of his life. I want to book that guy that kicked Mercer's ass right on his very own show. Was he a guest? No, he just floated around him and kicked his ass. It was relentless. It's all going down now. I wonder if in the future these will be referred to as the sad years. Remember what happened to Faxa fishing? Used to be a fine show.
The replay of the day is brought to you by Action Car and Truck Accessories. Whether it's your work truck, fishing truck, or just your daily ride, Action has got you covered. Action, the right customer experience.
Oh, it's a fish. Tank.
This segment filmed in cooperation with super guide Paul Castellano from Cast Adventures. This segment is brought to you by Hook Performance Fishing.
All these little tools and adjustments you make throughout the day, and speed is one of the number one things. Whether you're fishing offshore like we are here today, or you're working around a bunch of boat docks, when they stop biting, one of the first things I'll think of is speed. And the best way to slow down on these Great Lakes when you're covering a bunch of water is with a drift sock. And basically it just works like a parachute, you know, no different than you see a drag racer, they want to stop, they put out the parachute. That's exactly what we're doing. It'll slow down that drift and allow those fish to see your bait and allow you to keep bottom contact, which is one of the most important things. If you're not on the bottom, you're not feeling the bottom, your chances of catching a fish drastically diminish. Fish. Another one. Man, I cannot stress how important simple adjustments are. You go fishing, I mean, this just goes to prove that old dude that you run into at the boat ramp that says, the fishing's no good here anymore. I've always fished this bait on this lake at this time of year and now they're just not biting. There's no fish left. You always have to adjust with those fish, little dude here. Come up here. Not the one we're after. But simple adjustments, slowing down, going to a heavier weight, is working out so far. Come on. Kind of munch. Like that. I love when they listen to me. It's so nice when they listen. It could be a bigger one. Oh, giant, 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 right up in that wave. He's right up in that wave. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, this is a tank. Oh, wait till you see this dude right here. Oh, man. Oh, I am bouncing, but they are biting, so I will not complain. The wind is blasting, but these bad mama jammas, they bustin'. Whew, I love it. Fish. Oh, God. Oh, it felt like a good one, too. Oh, giant, 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 giant. Right up on top of the wave. Really big fish. Look at this dude right here. Man, I've been grabbing them all day. But another tip, you need to make sure if you're out in conditions like this, the net is definitely your friend. In these conditions, you don't want to be reaching down in the water, dangling to get this bad boy. I mean, there's a ton of great fish available, but none of them are worth dying for. So always use your net when it gets inclement like this. I guess it'd be considered inclement, right? I mean, foul weather. Baby, come back. Woo, you made a fool of me. Blowing and blasting wind. I mean, that's what happens when you want to host a fishing show, basically. I mean, the wind's gonna come, the rain's gonna come. You bring a camera and badness is going to happen. Man, this wind is picking up big time. I knew it was supposed to blow today, but I had no idea. They didn't forecast it for it to be near this strong. And you know, under normal conditions, I'd probably stay out here fishing. I mean, we're plenty safe, but it's these guys. No, not you. These guys, not the people holding them either. Cameras, they don't like getting wet. And you gotta be smart. So when conditions change, told you all show long, you gotta change with the fish. And we're changing locations. We're going home.
Dave fished for 9.5 hours, made 447 casts, and caught 15 fish. That's the score. Now time for the facts. Dave caught all his fish one of two ways. A 4.8-inch Jackal rhythm wave rigged on a 3/4 ounce swing head with a 4/0 Eagle Claw trocar hook. Fished on a 7-foot 2-inch medium heavy action casting rod spooled up with 10-pound braid and a fluorocarbon leader. Or a 3-inch Jackal crosstail shad drop shotted on a size 1 Eagle Claw trocar drop shot hook. Fished on a 7-foot 2-inch drop shot rod spooled up with 10-pound braid and a fluorocarbon leader. And that's the facts.